Good morning, you guys. So we did breakfast downstairs, had the typical like German breakfast spread and everything. It was absolutely delicious. I had to come up and do some work, which is why I'm just now filming, but we are actually about to go see a castle. So I translated it into English for you guys, but we are going to this castle here. There's also a nice sushi restaurant nearby, so we have reservations for that. And I guess this castle has a lot of history to it, and there's also like 4 separate buildings, but I will tell you guys more as I know more. So let's go. With your hand on your heart, please tell me which way to go, 'cause I sure don't know. All right, I'm all bundled up, even doubled down. Doubled down on the socks, so hopefully this is going to be warm enough. We just parked the car, but it is high allergy season and I am feeling it. I don't know if it's just the immune system. I normally have allergies, but like right away it hit me. I'm starting to get the sore throat and all of that, so we're gonna walk over to a pharmacy to get some like immuno stuff to kind of help out a little bit. Well, peace in hand is a start, but it's a mighty puzzle to lay. No need to say, how will I cope? Okay, so the pharmacy went a little awry. I was pretty darn confused. So they don't have standard cough drops of like what we get in America. Like they have like what looks like what we get, like the Ricola stuff, but I guess it doesn't have like any of the medicinal properties in it. But then you have to get like actual medicine from a guy behind the counter sort of thing. And I got super confused. So basically I ended up getting this. I'm guessing it's kind of like emergency or airborne. So I'm gonna put this in some water. So we stopped at some place to get coffee and water, and then I think we're gonna head over to the castle where the water and stuff is. Cheers. With your hand on your heart, oh please tell me, will I cope? So over here is like the castle, and then right here is the cable cars that you actually take up there, but they're not really running right now, and I do know that they said sometimes they'll close down because of the wind getting too bad. So right now we're gonna go look at like the sign over there, and it'll say like how often the cable cars run, if they're not running right now or if they're only running like at a certain period, like every so often. It is pretty cold and I'm darn bundled. Like I've got a hat, a scarf, double socked pants, long sleeve coat, and it's still chilly. Winds hit me straight in the sockets. Well, you know what they say, there are no kingdoms without rulers. So it turns out the cable cars don't run again until March. So then we were like, well, we'll just drive up there, but they close at 5 and right now it's 4:30. So for us to go and have the hassle to try to move the car to go up there, we'd barely have any time and then have to find a spot again. So now we're just kind of walking around and seeing what we're stumbling into. Well, you know what they say, there are no kingdoms without rulers. Are you ready? So one very common thing that's known for Europe, it happened in Greece too that I completely forgot about, is you have to pay to use a public restroom. So if you come to Europe, be prepared, have coins with you, because it costs to pee. We could be kings and queens every day. After multiple stores, I finally got Olaplex. So we got shampoo. I also went into Lush because I like their hand cream, but apparently you can't touch anything. You have to ask them to open everything for you. And then I was like, now it's just weird because like to smell anything. So I was like, it's fine. So I think now because the castles were closed, we're calling the sushi place to see if we can go early. We got our sushi appointment moved up about an hour, so we're heading over there now after shopping around a little bit. One of the things I've definitely noticed is there's so many more like COVID testing sites here. The other thing I also noticed is that inside, like sometimes you need your passport as well as your vaccine card because they have like QR codes for their vaccine. Like I don't know if it's a vaccine passport or something. So for me, I have to use a passport and my vaccine card to get into certain places, whereas other places didn't mind. So definitely something different than in the States for sure. So once we got there, we had to wait in line to show proof of our vaccination cards before we could go inside the restaurant. So we started with a lime, mint, and pomegranate drink before moving into the appetizers. It was a lot of different varieties of dips, different wontons, spring rolls, chicken. It was so good. And then got this massive boat of sushi for two. And let me tell you, it was as amazing as it looks. So I'm sorry to interrupt the video right here, but this story is too funny not to tell. Like, I just need y'all to laugh at my expense with me. Like, I wish I would have filmed this entire encounter, but I did sneak back into the bathroom to film exactly what I'm gonna tell you guys that I did. I was trying to find the restroom. There really wasn't a lot of signage. So I almost walked into like a kid's playground area in the restaurant. So I'm already a bit frazzled. I go use the restroom, come out to wash my hands, and then all of a sudden I meet my match, which is this paper towel roll. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the paper towel off the roll. Like, I couldn't find any like knob or something. You know how like in America you have like the knob and it rolls the paper towel down? I was like trying to wave my hands in front of it. I was doing like everything in the world to figure out how to get the paper towel to come down off of this thing. I clearly noticed I'm attracting an audience. There's at least 2 or 3 other women just staring at me like, what is this girl doing? So eventually one of them tries to help me out. Like, she really didn't know that much English. So she tried to help me to show me like, you pull it. And I was like pulling it. And then all of a sudden I still was trying to rip it off. I could not figure it out. And she's like, no, like no rip. So finally, like I pulled it down, I dry my hands on it, and then realize it has like a recycled motion where all of a sudden the cloth gets sucked back up into the machine area. And I guess like this is a way that you can like wash the cloth so you can recycle the machines if you want to. So it's like more environmentally friendly. Like, just imagine me waving my hands like this frantically in front of this machine. Could not figure it out. Yeah, so that was embarrassing. But anyways, the sushi was wonderful. Now let's get back into it. So the sushi was absolutely phenomenal. The food was amazing, from drinks to appetizers to sushi. The only thing is they were so busy, so the service it's not very great.
Servicewüste Deutschland.
not very good. But the food was well worth it, definitely made up for it. I think we're gonna try one more sushi spot while we're here. But for now we are walking to the car and we have about an hour drive back home. Okay, so we are officially home. I fell asleep in the car. I'm super tired. I think I'm still trying to get like adjusted. Couldn't sleep all last night. Like, we didn't go to sleep until like after 4 a.m. last night, and then set an alarm to get up early. So now I'm nice and tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. We have plenty of fun stuff to do tomorrow, and I will see you guys later. I look an absolute mess, but good morning, you guys. So we made a very crucial mistake yesterday. We set his alarm at 10, but his phone died. So then all of a sudden I was like waking up off and on, and then finally I was like, okay, let's get up, and I look at my phone and it's 2. And it was a very surreal feeling of, is it 2 at night? Or is it 2 in the morning? And then when I went to go use the restroom, it was very bright out, and I was like, oh no, it's 2 in the morning. So yesterday we slept most of the day away, and then the rest of it, his family, like different family members were coming and going. So it was just like one of those days we just really kind of hung out with the fam and didn't do too much. So I didn't film anything yesterday. So today is donor day and shopping day and see the sights day, because we're not gonna ruin it like we did to yesterday. So so that's the plan. Gonna get coffee, breakfast, vitamins, fix all of this, and yeah.
We need more than hopes and wishes for us to make it through the night. Stormy weather, weary eyes, hope to make it through the night.
You guys, look at my new homemade knit socks. This is like one of my favorite things. So my mother-in-law knits me socks and I'm obsessed with them. They're so warm and cozy. I have a bunch at home, but I don't really have like blue ones really. I don't have a lot of blue ones. So she actually made me like 4 pairs, and I'm super excited because they're like the most comfortable thing ever. So I'm gonna start getting ready. I think we were gonna try to be out of here in like 45. We'll see how that goes. The professional's gonna tell you what's up.
Going eating a döner now.
Where?
In Herborn.
And then?
We go to H&M and looking for
Schwetters.
sweaters for cadders.
Where?
Wetzlar, I guess.
There we go. From our free German tour guide.
Before this night is over, I will guide you home. All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life. 7 years to life.
So the doner was awesome. I think that's my favorite food in Germany, but it's so much. Like, I think I was able to eat about half and then I was tapped out. The Turkish soda, on the other hand, I don't think that's my favorite. It kind of tastes like if you mixed cotton candy with Sprite. Like, it has a very, very sweet taste to it, and I was like, meh, and I really don't drink a lot of soda as is. So I don't think that one was for me, but the doner was awesome. So now we're going to H&M to go shopping because I need a little bit cooler clothes. So a little bit of switch up on y'all. We ended up actually changing. So we are in Gießen instead of Wetzlar. There is an H&M, but there's also a place called Mango, which I guess is supposed to be very similar to Zara. So we'll see how it is.
In the game of love, you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life. I got 7 years to life.
So as we were shopping, we passed a boba place, and I was like, let's get some boba tea. We just left the Asian market, but then Chip said, get some spaghetti ice. I've never seen this before, but I guess they swirl it into like little spaghetti noodles, and it's ice cream.
It's good.
Do you want to teach you guys a life lesson that a life lesson that I learned the hard way? So you might be very familiar, as I am, that Europe does not do ice. You don't get like drinks with ice. It's like, it's just the drink by itself. And when you do ask for ice, it's usually only 1 or 2 cubes. It's really not a lot. They just don't do ice. Well, I didn't think about that when I ordered a boba tea. It was different. It was hot, and not like a good hot. It's like a lukewarm hot. Cause I think in the States, I could be wrong, if y'all have a boba shop or you know, correct me, but I think they kind of pre-make the tea and put it in the fridge, and then they put the ice with the boba with the tea and then the milk. Well, here they make the tea hot, and then they put boba with ice and then the hot tea over it. So then all the ice just instantly melts. It was not good. It really wasn't good. Fortunately, Chip's sister decided that she didn't mind it, and so she drank it. So it didn't go to absolute waste, because I don't know that I could have stomached lukewarm milky tea. It was stomach curdling, if you will. So now I think I'm gonna go downstairs, have like a very quick snack just to kind of settle my stomach, because I'm pretty hungry, before we have to go over to his friend's house to eat dinner.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time.
All right, we are walking over to Chip Chip's friend's house. Check it out.
Forgo. Give up everything that I own.
Dinner was absolutely amazing. I feel like that was the first real vegetables I have had since I was here. I made a joke to Chip that German food is very much meat and potatoes, so it was very refreshing to have so many vegetables that his friend made us. So we had this amazing Caesar salad, a side of like French baguettes, like French bread, that was so good. We had roasted carrots and cauliflower and potatoes, and then he made like this yogurt dressing. We don't have that kind of yogurt. The closest thing I can explain it to as like a Greek yogurt because it's high protein, low fat, but I don't think we have what he was talking about in the States, so I don't know how to describe it, but it has a lot of herbs in it. And then we also had this meat called Pkwy.
Pökelfleisch.
Pkwy. So it's like a salted pork, and it was also pretty delicious. I'm not the biggest meat person, so obviously the veggies were just singing a different song for me. They also gave me a persimmon to take back with me. Maybe it's just me, but I have never seen a persimmon before. I didn't recognize it when she brought it up. I had to translate it, and then I was like, oh, I've definitely heard the term persimmon, but I've never tasted one. It looks like a tomato apple. I think I'll have it tomorrow for breakfast, and they also gave me a big old tub of salad to take with me. So I still have that and half of my doner, so that will probably be lunch for me tomorrow.
Field salad. Field salad.
Oh, yeah, the salad has like a lettuce called field lettuce, like field salad.
Feldsalat.
Field salad. Field salad. But filled salad. I've never seen that in the States, and it is amazing. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some seeds back with us. Hopefully customs allows this. I don't know if they do or don't, but we're gonna attempt, and I'll claim it and see what they say, but I wanna take some seeds back and like plant this. I don't know if we have it in the States, but I've never seen it before, and it is the most delicious salad ever. And then also Chip's friend makes sourdough, so he feeds the dough, he like feeds the little feeds the bread in the morning, feeds the jar. And I was like, well, that Chip, like this man is just making a spread. He feeds dough, he makes oven roasted pizzas. Like, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing?
Feed myself.
So I think he talked about like showing us how to make his sourdough, and he's gonna bring some bread over for us in the morning. So it sounds like we are gonna have a really delicious start to the day, which I'm excited about. But because I didn't sleep at all last night, I am ready. My joints feel all right. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna drink some water and think I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. Good night.
Night, night.